Good day everyone, I am Joy Marie Wancho. Today I'm going to present you one of the common global issues that our world had experienced. But before I initiate my presentation, let me ask you first a question that is connected to our topic. Children are keys to the world's success. For so many years, we used to believe that they are the future of each generation. But how can we attain the progress of our era if numerous of youth today have not encountered the quality of education that must provide to them? Illiteracy is a state whereby one is unable to read and write. In its simplest form, it can be defined as a lack of any or sufficient education. Sometimes people who have had very basic education also experience challenges in reading and writing. Come to think of it, it's just a sad realization because this is not a prior issue. Multifarious of generations had passed, but still, millions of people are suffering from being an illiterate, knowing that we live in a modern generation today. The Philippine Statistics Authority year 2019, 90.8 million Filipinos out of 96.8 million who are considered to be literate on a basic level, or around 6 million above at the age of 5 cannot read or write. Approximately 776 million adults, most of them women, have no secure command of the fundamentals of literacy and numeracy, while 70 million children are not in school. In 2017, the UN estimated that approximately 600 million are not mastering basic mathematics and literacy while at school. This happened because of their quality of education might be poor or educational capacity and resources may be limited. Where is illiteracy most common? Illiteracy is most prevalent in developing countries. South Asian, Arab, and Sub-Saharan African countries are regions with the highest illiteracy rates at about 40 to 50%. East Asia and Latin America have illiteracy rates in the 10 to 15% region, while developed countries have illiteracy rates of a few percent. Although many initiatives and measures taken by the government have reduced illiteracy to a large extent, still, nearly 287 million people in India are illiterates. This hinders the economic progress of our nation, and this must be eradicated. There are so many reasons why an individual can be illiterate. These are some of the frequent causes of the illiteracy. Illiteracy among parents. Many illiterate parents do not put much emphasis on the importance of education. Furthermore, parents who are functionally illiterate often prioritize work before education, have lower expectations in regards to schooling, and the children of parents who fail to complete primary school are more likely to follow in their footsteps and do likewise. Lack of family support. This can be the cause of illiteracy more, so where a child has difficulty reading or writing because of learning disability, which commonly known as dyslexia. In a situation where the family does not understand the child's condition, it may simply be assumed that he or she is not a bright person, and maybe school is not meant for everyone. Lack of awareness. In places where several members of the local population do not understand why it is important for them to go to school, the level of illiteracy may be high. Disinterest in the benefits of formal learning can also be caused by lack of awareness on the importance of going to school. Social barriers. Many social barriers such as restrictions on girls' education in some societies lead to illiteracy among the affected segment of the population. Education of the girl child has been an issue in some parts of the world, leading to the formation of different organizations focused on championing the education of women. Lack of access for education facilities in rural areas has contributed a lot to the high number of illiterate people in these places. Poverty. Poor parents with low incomes find it difficult to pay school fees. In countries where basic education is not free, the number of children who do not go to school tends to be higher compared to places where basic education is free and mandatory. How does illiteracy affect the life of an individual and the society? These are some of the effects and consequences of the illiteracy. Hinders economic and social progress. Illiteracy greatly inhibits the economic and social progress of an individual as well as that of the country. Poverty. A person who has not gone to school and is unable to read and write may experience a hard time in finding a job, especially in a world where the corporate environment is increasingly in demand for employees who are well trained and can cope with an industry driven by technology. Child marriage. Parents may fail to recognize the benefits of taking children to school to learn how to read and write. Instead, the girl child may be forced into early marriage. Social crimes. Illiterate people may engage in unlawful acts in the society due to lack of employment or simply as a result of being uncultured. What are the possible solutions to eradicate or control illiteracy? Free education. The provision of free education in schools, colleges, and universities by the government can play a major role in reducing the level of illiteracy in a country by getting more people to school. Awareness. Creating awareness about the importance of education can help people understand why they need to go to school. Grants. Offering grants, subsidies, and scholarships can reduce the financial burden that parents and students bear in paying for education. Late night classes. Working people can opt for late night classes. In this way, they can learn even as they earn income through their daytime jobs. Free books. Offering free books can also reduce the financial burden placed on parents in the provision of textbooks. Digitization. Since we live in the age of technology and information, creating digital platforms for reading and learning can help reduce illiteracy in the society. Fortunately, all of these possible solutions are now implemented around the world. In conclusion, the value of education cannot be underestimated. Many people like to think of it merely as a process to gain skills and expertise necessary for the job market. Illiteracy, therefore, has no room in the modern society. The more number of people who have gone to school, the better it is community. The good news is that illiteracy is a solvable problem. People in this world must have the education that they deserve. Behold, education is a right, not a privilege. I really do believe in the power of education because if you teach one person, you are changing his life. But if you teach numerous people, you are changing the world.